Since I was a kid, I kind of always looked up to like World War II veterans in particular. Thought it was cool, you know, to see these guys going to fight like some bad people, doing some bad things. A little later in life, I learned that my grandpa on my dad's side was a World War II vet. Between those things, that was really kind of what I was like, you know, I want to go and like fight, be outside, like, you know, have to rough it. And went through basic training. I completed airborne school, got my airborne wings, that was fun. But then right after that, I went to my unit down in Fort Polk. I think it was like a month, maybe I was there, before I was already on my COP in Afghanistan. There were some great things about being there. You know, we worked closely with the Afghan National Army. We got into a lot of gunfights with them. Where we were, it was really poor. It's weird, you know, it's like the mountains are over here. There's an area that kind of looks like the desert, and then there's like all this lush green farmland. Meanwhile, you're getting shot at from like every direction. It's definitely an experience I wouldn't trade for anything, you know, the good and the bad. We were over there for a year. I came back. We were, you know, stateside for another year and a half, training up for a second deployment. And I didn't go on that one because I ended up breaking my ankle and getting medically discharged. Getting out was, it was hard, you know, I kind of didn't want anything to do with veterans or the Army or anything. I was really angry, really irritable. Like I made a friend, you know, my first year at college, and he's like, man, you always this angry? I'm like, well, no, I don't think so. You know, I never noticed. You know, then I met Caroline, and once we actually like, you know, started dating and built a relationship, she's like, you know, you should maybe go see someone for that. I was like, yeah, you're right, I probably should. It was not easy addressing the PTSD problems. I learned I had all these vision and balance problems along the way. Struggling to like even leave your apartment. You know, like things are not right. Finding the people who would actually listen to me was also a challenge. You know, it just made everything that much harder. I'd say half my platoon, I haven't heard from them. I don't know how they're doing. I know some guys are just not doing well. Good amount of them killed themselves.
Kirby, let's go.
Once I started kind of processing everything, I started reaching out to like guys that I served with. I found out about the Wounded Warrior Project through like other veterans. Some of them, you know, had similar issues. You know, they had a really hard time, but some of them like managed to turn things around. And that was like, if you meet one other guy who did that, you know, it's inspirational. Having other veterans to talk to is like so important. Farming is something that I wanted to do. I knew I wanted to like be out in the country, kind of get away from things. Having to really like get down in the dirt and do it with your hands, you really feel like you're taking care of these plants individually. It feels good. I mean, just working hard feels good. I don't know if, you know, all the guys I served with would agree with this, but for me personally, I liked having to work hard. I enjoyed being in the infantry. I enjoyed being out in the woods and having to kind of suck it up a little. The plan is to essentially renovate the farm to be a place that can intensively grow vegetables. I mean, there's 23 acres. It's more than enough land. We basically want to create a beautiful place for people to come visit. We want to open up to the public, be able to expand the production, basically grow more food. But that would mean, you know, hiring employees. And on that front, I really want to hire veterans and just get veterans out here because I know how much it helped me.
Veterans in farming is something I've been involved with before. Once I heard Bobcat was providing this, knowing a few people that I did in the veterans farming community, I immediately reached out and said, who do you guys know that might be a good fit for this? And so a friend of mine who runs Fields for Valor in Maryland, a fellow Wounded Warrior Project alumni, he recommended Andrew to us. So I had the chance to get to know Andrew, and I thought, wow, this is a great fit.
When we first heard the winter was going to be in our area, we got pretty excited. But when we heard more about Andrew and his story, we got inspired.
I couldn't believe it. It's between like excitement and shock, basically. I was like, there's no way this is real, but it's real. I was pumped, man. I mean, it's awesome. It's a really nice piece of equipment.
I told the story when I gave the machine to Andrew about the fact that our employees who built the machine had so much pride in it that when they found out what it was, their enthusiasm, and they wanted to make sure they took a picture when it's done, they all signed the picture and we were able to give it to them. So really just a sense of pride for the whole company.
I have this vision for this farm, and you know, a lot of things need to happen in order for it to get there, and I was planning on, you know, that taking a long time. Bobcat makes really good machines that are high quality, so the rate at which this farm will be able to grow and expand, it's changed drastically. It's been a long road, but I feel like a million times better than I did 5 years ago. I wake up in the morning, I walk outside. I mean, I've said it almost every day since I've been here. Oh, it's a beautiful day. I never used to say that. Yeah, I'm pretty good now. I feel happy, so that's all I can ask for.